This here is a work camping review video about managing a Christmas tree lot, which is a job that we did for Seasonal Adventures this last winter. And I'm gonna discuss in this video what it was like just dropping down and doing the job itself, how we feel about the company, how much we earned, and basically whether we do it again.
For the day I break these chains, I'm bound for the life of the simple things.
First off, I want to say that whether you did just the tree lot or if you did pumpkins, that they also have the pumpkin patch, and here I'll link that review here for you as well. It's going to make a sizable difference on how stressful it's going to be for you. But let me just start into it. You start off with training on their financial systems, like basically how they take in sales in, how they keep their books and stuff like that. And during that time, it's pretty cool because they're great about feeding you when you're there, and they also even put you up in a hotel or pay for an RV park for the night for you when you go up there to do that. So I think that's pretty great that they do that for you. I mean, it's not something they absolutely have to do, so that's nice. Now let's go ahead and get started as far as what you're going to do when you first drop down and start to work. Now, we had already learned their financial systems and stuff, and we already knew what it was going to be like having a short amount of time to put together a crew. We already had some people from the pumpkin patch that we were going to be carrying over, so it wasn't quite as big of a deal for us jumping into this as it might be for somebody just going straight to just a Christmas tree lot. But when you show up, you're going to drop down at the lot that you're going to be working, and you're going to pull in there, and you're going to have basically 5 days to finish getting that lot set up as a Christmas tree lot and to hire your staff. Obviously, as you go and you're doing it more years in a row, and that's what they really prefer there, it's easier because you have a name list of the guys that you liked and who you're going to bring back. And in some of these jobs, especially Christmas tree, everybody basically wants to do it again. It's tiring during the process, but the guys that work for you have an opportunity to make pretty good money. So anyways, you're going to drop down and you're going to have 5 days to put together a crew of about 15 to 20 people, which is not an easy task. And while you're doing that, you're going to need to be setting up that lot, and you're also going to be getting trucks in with Christmas trees. And you're going to have to establish how you're going to set up your lot as far as your trees go to keep things organized and everything. And that's not really all that easy of a task. I mean, it's you know, all of that happening at once. Like, obviously it's any one of the things isn't that hard, but you know, getting those people there and ready to unload those trucks is a pretty big ordeal, simply because those trees can be really heavy, especially you get into the bigger ones, and it can be hard to staff folks to unload those trucks. Some people just can't cut it. I mean, they can't unload that many trees, you know. You're talking starting from no trees on that lot to putting, 800 trees into that lot in 2 or 3 days. So when you drop down, if the trucks that come out kind of don't come out in the right order for you, or something happens and slows them up, you can end up needing to work on Thanksgiving and needing crew to work on Thanksgiving. So that's not always the easiest task either. So that's where things kind of begin. You need to be prepared if you're going to be doing this job to work very long hours. You're going to be spending about 6 weeks, and you're going to be working at least 12 hours a day, I would say. I mean, you can have some breaks in there and stuff like that, and when you get more smooth, you got it down and stuff, but you pretty much, one of you is going to have to be consistently on that lot, making sure that the guys are holding to safety standards, because it's a real problem. Nobody wants to wear safety glasses. Nobody wants to tell the customer they can't come in a certain space because it's uncomfortable, and everybody's trying to get tips, and you're gonna always have to deal with some dishonest employees trying to get that taller tree, that bigger tree out the lot for the cheaper price for customers, because then the customers were more likely to tip them, right? So there's some difficulties there. You're gonna have to watch the product going off the lot, because these are a lot more expensive product, right? So any loss is a significant loss now, and it's all on you, and you're going to be tired. There's going to be long hours, and if something happens and you end up short staffed some days, you're going to, especially the ones that are busy, you're gonna have a very busy lot. There's going to be a lot of folks there, and they're going to be waiting, and some people getting mad. You're going to have to hoof some trees yourself too, so you just got to be prepared for that. You're going to have to keep up all the maintenance on the equipment, because you should be able to encourage the guys to do that. But if you don't want to have stuff breaking, and of course more likely to break right when it gets busy because of Murphy's Law, right? You're going to have to be making sure that you are doing all the maintenance on it. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. It's really important that you do all the training yourself, so everybody's been shown exactly how you want things done for safety and stuff. So it just makes for some long days, and it can be really tiring. And I didn't mind it too much. I did a little bit too much tree huffing for myself. I'm a pretty strong guy, so I was handling 8 and 9 foot trees myself, and really I should ask for a little bit of hand with them, and it started making my back a little on the sore side. And the good note on all that work was I did drop a few pounds, which I gained back, but I did drop a couple of pounds, so that was cool. My biggest thing is just be prepared for all the hours. You're gonna have some struggles with guys not wanting to restock trees after they're being sold. There seems to be a constant battle on every lot for that, because everybody wants to sell the trees but nobody wants to restock the trees. And if you don't keep everybody restocking the trees, you can end up with nobody stocking the trees, because they're all like, I ain't doing that, so and so doesn't, blah blah blah, I'm gonna earn my money, right? So there's some headache there, and you got to remember, like, most of these folks are temporary and seasonal, and the better ones have a job, so they don't 100% care if they're even there. And it just can make stuff complicated sometimes. But the nice thing about it is they want to earn the money, so, and it's decent money for them, especially around the holiday season like that. Now, I would definitely be willing to do it again. It's not as good of money as it is to do the pumpkin patch. We made about $500 gross. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say how that money was made, but it was made, other than made in part by bonus and by a salary for being there. We didn't have to pay for hookups or an RV space. We had to be on site with our RV, but you had an electric hookup, a water hookup, and a pump truck came and pumped you every week. So you didn't really have any expenses while you're making that money. So as far as work camping gigs go, it was pretty good paying, but not when you break it down per hour for the two of you. But as far as the actual earnings in that short period of time, it was really nice. The company was really good to work with. Obviously it's kind of hectic, but at the same time, the people are really nice to deal with. I really like the owners. I didn't have a problem with any of the office staff or anything like that, so that was all good. And it was kind of tiring though, and Catalina struggled with that as well. She's a little bit more borderline on whether she'd want to be doing it again. I would be willing to do it every year, especially if I could get it set up where the pumpkin patch and say the Christmas trees and maybe something else that I've recently learned about called doing the fireworks stands. If I could do those 3 and really fund my work camping money for the rest of the year, I'd really think it was worthwhile for doing that. So anyways, guys, I hope that helps a lot. Get out there, connect with people. live your big story, and make sure you do something every single day to reduce world suck. Peace, guys.
Without you, my friend, and I tell you all about it when I see you again. We come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you